Okay, in this video, we're going to be talking about negative keywords, and people are wondering what negative keywords are. It's just words that tell Google what words to not search for in your ads because you don't want to kind of waste your ad spend on these terms that are not relevant to your ads. So imagine you're selling luxury watches and you don't want people to search for the term cheap watches. You can add cheap watches to your negative keywords so that your ads don't come up for that type of ad. And so why does this matter? So Google isn't perfect. It will show the ads for the wrong searches unless you tell it to exclude it. So that's why it's very important to add negative keywords to your ad campaigns. All right, so where do you want to find this? You go to your Google Ads dashboard, you click on keywords and then search terms, and then you want to identify any search terms that are irrelevant or wasting budget. So for example, you want to look for some red flags you want to look for are things like the words free, cheap, and do it yourself. So for example, if you wanted to kind of find a plumber, if you don't want to show up for free or cheap or do it yourself, obviously because you're trying to look for a plumber or be found as a plumber, you want to get rid of those and add those to your negative keywords. Also location. So if you're a local business or you sell your products locally, let's say you're selling only in New York, then you want to make sure that if your ad is coming up for places like Miami or LA, you want to add those locations as negative keywords. And then of course, competitor key names. So if you're selling watches and you have competitor watch brands that are on coming up as search terms, you want to remove them as well so that you don't come up for them if that's not what you want to do. So once you go there, you basically just click add negative keywords and then they'll be added to your unwanted searches. Next, you want to go to your Google Keyword Planner. So when you go to Tools, Keyword Planner, discover new keywords, you want to type in your primary keywords. So an example, if you're a plumber trying to get more business, you could type in plumbing service. And then you want to look for unrelated suggestions such as, again, do-it-yourself plumbing or DIY. You don't want to advertise for things like plumbing courses. And then also cheap plumbers if you don't want to come up as cheap plumbers. Or if you do want to come up for cheap plumbers, then don't exclude that. And then again, all you have to do is just add to the negative keyword list. All right, about your competitors. So you want to block competitors and industry-specific terms. So if you don't want to bid on competitors, again, exclude their brand names unless you do want to compete with your competitors and you want to show up. If people type in your competitors' names, you can do that as well. And if you don't want to offer a specific service, so if you're a plumber, again, looking for business, but other things come up like electrician or heating, then you want to exclude those as well. So how do you add negative keywords in Google Ads? First, you want to click on keywords and then go to negative keywords. And you want to make sure you're placing it in the right campaign level or ad level. So sometimes you can add keywords to the entire campaign that will cross all of your ad sets and ads. Or if you want to just separate it out by ad groups. So if you want some keywords to be negative on one ad group, but not on the others in one campaign, you can do that as well. You can also share your negative keyword list for efficiency. So like let's say you have a huge brand with like multiple campaigns and multiple ad sets and multiple ads. You can just save a negative keyword list and then just apply it to all of your other campaigns or ads that you want. So for this, you just go click tools and settings, shared library, and then negative keyword list. And then you want to add the common negative keywords that you want for your campaign or your account. And then you can apply this to multiple campaigns all at once. You want to make sure you're choosing the right match type. So of course, for broad match negative keywords, those are words that are block searches with words in any order. So an example, software, right? When you block the word software, it will block all searches with software anywhere in the keyword or key phrase. And for exact match negative, it does exactly that order of words. So for example, if you say home design software, it will only exclude home design software in that order. Okay, so you want to save that and then check your terms report weekly for any new irrelevant searches and then continuously add your negative keywords to the campaigns as they evolve. Okay, here's some common mistakes and how to avoid them. So avoid over blocking keywords. This is somewhat of an art since you're trying to kind of add a lot of negative keywords. But if you do it too much, then your ads may not even show up at all. Make sure you review the search terms report regularly because as your campaigns progress, you'll get more and more searches. And of course, there could be potential for more and more keywords that you want to exclude and add to your negative keyword list. And then when you have these new negative keywords, make sure you apply them to all of the relevant campaigns or ad sets or groups because then you'd be creating these negative ad words and not using them appropriately. And then also remember to ignore any competitor and brand name filtering if that is what you want to do. So remember, adding negative keywords to your account is very, very important. We've had a few campaigns where they were wasting like hundreds of dollars on bad clicks, but after we refined the negative keyword list, their cost per conversion dropped significantly. And then you can kind of see the differences here in your clicks, CPC conversions, and ROAS. So learning all of that, go check your search term report right now, and of course add any negative keywords that you'd want to add to exclude to your ad campaigns. And if you have any questions about negative keywords, go ahead and drop that question in the comment section and we'll do our best to answer your questions. We grow e-commerce stores with better Google and Meta ads. So if you're ready to take your business to the next level, book a meeting with us at profitpandas.io.